I am really struggling with something and I want to talk about it. But before I do, I need people, if you are a parent who was like touched out by your children, I do not want to see you in the comments. If you are someone with any kind of neurodivergency and it manifests or shows up as you not liking touch or people touching you, I do not want to see you in the comments.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, all I do is sit on my bed and discuss whatever that I want to discuss. Guys, load shedding hasn't happened yet, so I'm gonna push this a little bit further. Oh my god, talk about taking risk. But anyways guys, I'm raising donations from my farm and from my cows, my 11 cows. My stable was destroyed and a lot of food was destroyed due to heavy rain, and I'm raising funds, so I need like 20,000 rand. So if you want to assist, please, internationally, use the PayPal, and South Africans, if you comment down below, I will give you my bank details, and your help will go a long way. So let's talk about this touch. I'm so not editing. I'm not editing, guys. Like, this is a channel where I need to relax and just be myself. I'm not editing. I'm not gonna be about that perfection. So, touch starvation. I don't know what that is. Touch starvation. I don't know what that is. I get hugs a lot, so I feel like people who are suffering from touch starvations are coming from Western countries. I don't know. Like, I if I need a hug, I just hug my mom. But the way this woman talks, I feel like many people can relate about what she's talking about, and I feel like this could be like a learning opportunity. I feel like this is one of those things that I don't know how I should go about this. So I'm being as light as possible. So we're going to watch the videos together, and we're going to give our nothingness into this and just learn. Oh my god, hiccups, please. It's load shedding, it's hiccups, it's donations. Okay, let's just watch the videos, shall we?
I am really struggling with something and I want to talk about it. But before I do, I need people, if you are a parent who was like touched out by your children, I do not want to see you in the comments. If you are someone with any kind of neurodivergency and it manifests or shows up as you not liking touch or people touching you, I do not want to see you in the comments. Okay? But I feel like I'm dying from like touch starvation, y'all. I don't get hugs. I don't know. I feel like if I were to get the kind of hug that I fucking really want, I would crumble into pieces. I don't. How do you deal with that? I really like need to be like touched, and I know someone's gonna say like, okay, go to the salon and get your hair done, or get a massage, or get your nails done, right? So someone can hold your hand. None of those people love me. None of those services love me, right? But I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with like, I don't get hugs. That shit is it could be like maybe a hello, whatever, maybe, but it's not enough. I don't know how. I don't know how you. How am I gonna go the rest of my life like this? I think that that's really hard. There's no. I'm just really struggling. I'm really struggling. Like, I spent, like, last night just going like this. Like, 20 minutes. I'm just, if anyone else is struggling, what are you doing?
Okay, definitely go back and watch her original video, but I understand what she's saying. Because I just feel like, us as humans, I think we was put on this earth to experience love in the fullest degree, but we live in such a heartless and wanna be heartless society. Like, I was just having a conversation with my friend about this the other day, but like matching energy or just pretending like I don't care, I don't like doing that. I feel like that's the going thing, that's what everybody says to do. But I was like, that just makes me feel icky, especially if you're someone I really care about. I was telling her, I was like, why is everybody single and still chasing after like an old ex? We're all just stuck in that mindset. And that very well could have been a scheme that Todd set up, but we're in a day and age where a lot more distractions and opinions are accessible. I said in a previous meeting, but I said social media has made it to where like we have access to all these things. And I truly don't think we were supposed to know that this many people in the world exist. I don't think I was supposed to know like, oh, it's a baddie in Wisconsin, and through the power of my phone, I can have access to them and communicate with them, and or even have a chance with them. Whenever you hear like older people be like, oh, they was together for like X amount of years, that's because they only knew the people in their community. So like high school, jobs, juke joint. My generation, we in a tough pickle here. Saying it like it's a bad thing, because it's definitely a gift and a curse. But everybody got their opinions and putting a blueprint out of like how they feel like they should act. Like, if you go on Twitter, that's like a whole different world. And I'm just like, it shouldn't be this hard. Like, everybody got trust issues. Everybody got a wall out. Everybody ghosted. Then everybody's just mean. The men are mean. The women are mean. The gays are mean. And it's hard out here. And sometimes you be like, just gotta charge it to the game. But what am I charging to the game? How much is the game taking out of me? But then you just get to a point where you have to convince yourself like I'm better off alone. But in the back of your mind, you want to be held too. Like I was telling my friend, it got so bad the other day, I put a hoodie on my body pillow just so I can feel, just so I can feel wrapped up. I said, you gotta do all that to convince yourself to be happy, like I don't need nobody. But really, you're depriving yourself because you want that, but you're not finna go out here looking stupid. So it's bad out here, especially if you're a sensitive, empathic person. It's horrible.
This creator is talking about what I think is one of the most pressing issues in the post-pandemic social isolation era that we live in. When you want touch, it's not there. And it's not that touch, is not available for all. It's that we're connected in so many ways, but not in that way. And it's a painful way to live day to day. I think what might help a little bit is knowing that attachment style is related to your perception of what is enough touch. And people who have anxious attachment styles tend to feel like they're not getting enough, and that mitigation techniques that you do for your anxious attachment style, I don't know if you have one, might work here. Affirmations for yourself that I'm enough, that this is enough, might help. I don't know.
I love this video because her vulnerability is stunning, and her honesty in the human experience is remarkable. And I'm afraid to admit that I feel the exact same way. And I don't entirely know what to do about it. Because as a man, I think a lot of us lack touch anyways for a variety of factors. And as somebody who's been emotionally neglected and struggles to feel safe in relationships, I don't know who I would let hold me like that. I don't know who feels safe enough for me to open up and let myself fall apart. And so there are times when I feel stuck in between society's expectation of men and my own deficiencies or my own self-sabotaging behaviors. And that makes me feel even more lonely. And then I really want to hug and I can't get it, or I won't receive it. And that fucking hurts. And that fucking hurts.
Last November, I was at this paper plant in Pennsylvania, and they was making a product as we was pulling up. After I had been sitting there for about 5 hours, the man they was loading pulled out the dock, and I went and knocked on the driver's door in front of me, and I was like, oh, boy just left. I think you can go ahead and back in. He was like, oh, no, they said they was going to call me when they was ready for me to pull in. At this point, it had been months since I had been touched by anybody in any type of way. And I asked this random man if I could have a hug, and he gave me the biggest hug ever. After that, he came to my truck. We had a nice conversation. We cuddled. We went to go get some food, came back, talked a little bit more. And I'm saying all of that to say, touch starvation is a very real thing when you spend majority of your life alone. And what I've seen, because that was not my first time doing it, I have done it quite a few times. When a hug is over, majority of people say, damn, I didn't realize how bad I needed that. Most people are in need of hugs out here. And I'm telling you, I may cry about it once or twice, but when I feel like I'm finna cry for that third time, I'm finna go find somebody and somebody finna come up off a hug.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, I'll see you in my next video. Toodles. Thank you for the donations. Thank you.